again. It's time for part 2 of the Train Sim World 5 roadmap, the first one in August 2024. As usual, I read this out to improve the accessibility of the information to bring it to more people. I'm going to skip the TLDR because we're going to get into the details. Please see part 1. I'm not reading this again. I'm just not. No, it's been enough. It's been too many times this week. I'm not doing it again. Alrighty, Train Sim World, new features and tools. Welcome back to the Train Sim World roadmap. A chance to share with you exciting new content that we're working on for a dovetail for all of you at home. Or work. Why wouldn't you play at work? In this second part, we're exploring the brand new features we've implemented and improving, coming with Train Sim World 5 in more detail, and checking in with brand new announcements from our third-party partners. Third partners. Nice one, Alex. When we started to compile the list of features we'd be developing, we kept players in mind. It's probably because we buy it. Using community-requested features, data-driven surveys, Q&A threads, and general day-to-day feedback we see across the online spaces that you've sent us to help guide what we work on. If you've missed the direct event, you can get a link to it in the description. And just a reminder, we have an extensive TSW 5 fact page, link in the description. That details all the available new features, new routes and bundles available, as well as much more on the website. Watch part 1 if you want to see this. I'm just not doing it again. Sorry. A new way to play. Conductor Mode. Guard Mode if you're not an American. One of the highest scoring features in our last few player surveys was Conductor Mode, also known as Guard Mode, which has seen interest and appeal grow rapidly since we released this new way to play Train Sim World across a couple of scenarios on Glossop Line and LIRR Commuter. Conductor Mode is back in full swing for Train Sim World 5. Using the feedback from the community to focus on improvements, we've decided to make this a full experience across TSW 5 routes and selected trains, whilst introduce new scoring and objectives. In a contrast to know how you normally experience driving trains, players will be able to enjoy the role of conductor, inspecting passengers' tickets, moving passengers' bags out of the walkway and throwing them out of the window. Operate train doors in time with departures and arrivals, and hopefully the AI won't drive off without you. That would be cool. I don't think I'd move someone's bags personally, I'd just yell at them, but you know, I'm not very friendly. And we can see here some bits going on, checking tickets, opening and closing doors, and moving baggies. There you go. This mode will be included in the 3 new core routes coming to Train Sim World 5, the Class 350 on West Coast Main Line, the Rotom cars and Bombardier bi-level coaches on San Bernardino Line, and the DBBR 114 plus Dostos for Frankfurt Fulda. Once the Great Western Express remaster releases in the near future, we'll also include the mode for the HST Mark IIIs and the Class 166. A highlight of Conductor Mode is that from one region to another and one loco to the next, the experience will vary. On San Bernardino, you will need to radio the driver before setting off. However, this differs when riding the Class 350 on the West Coast Main Line as you use 2 buzzers. And with the DB114 on Frankfurt Fulda, you'll have a whistle instead. As the protocol in the real world, you've now got multiple ways you can experience being a conductor across these routes in Train Sim World 5. As these procedures differ from one country to another, setting up this feature is not as simple as enabling it across all our content equally, so we've chosen the routes and locos we think the players will be able to utilise the most and get the best experience from playing as conductor. A note from launch, this won't be something that the ICET and the Pendolino will have enabled. Our teams focused on the 350 and 114 first due to the higher stopping frequency better suiting the gameplay of Conductor Mode. We are looking at implementation for these locos as a post-release improvement, but it's also really key that we are growing this mode with your continued feedback, so please let us know what you think when you get it to try from September. Live Map 2. One of the biggest areas you've heard your feedback about is the usability of the live map.
The old one was crap.
Which in Train Sim World 5 is seeing a new facelift, improving the experience and providing more information for you to review whilst in-game session. So we can see service tags, we can see what's going on with them, we can see scenario markers, we can see route hopping markers, we can see nice new colour scheme, new legend markers and a legend chart. You actually know what it is, to identify everything happening around you and across the route you are playing, from physical locations such as platform stations, cities and towns to locations of tutorials and spawn points, which can be accessed via fast travel. New tooltips will also give specific information based on what you are selecting, such as a signal to give you information on route speed and current status, or an AI service that details its current speed and service ID. That is awesome. Simplified colouring for the signals as well. That looks kind of cool. That's going to be very handy. Do I see names for things? Names. Cities and towns, look, with names. Names. Finally. Route hopping. Immersion is a massive part of Transcend World, and the new route hopping feature is a great way to extend your adventures in a single session and minimise the need to move between UI menus as much as possible. Players will be able to interact with a point on foot across specific stations and jump between them like-for-like locations to find other installed routes that share a similar link and continue their experience in the game, exploring a different timetable or taking a journey across a new route. So this shows an example of how you can hop from one place to another, and you will get there and can take over a train when you get there. If there's one there, of course. For example, London Commuter and East Coastway both share a station at Brighton, so you'll be able to start a service on one of these routes, and once you've reached Brighton, quickly switch over and continue across the new route whilst maintaining the same time of day, month and year and current weather conditions. Chain routes together and explore the world in Transcend World without being constrained to the main menu to find your next adventure. From launch, route hopping will be compatible with a range of TSW routes, and you'll be able to find a breakdown of all the hopping combinations on our route hopping fact guide. Now, just as a point of interest here, way back about a year ago, I made a video about how cool would it be to be able to do this. I know Matt watched it. Now, I'm not going to claim to be the birth of this idea, I probably wasn't. Probably other people have thought of it too. But it's here. I'm happy. Fast travel! Similar to route hopping, fast travel empowers you to explore the world happening around you, in this case giving the ability to move around the current route you've been playing since the new live map 2. While on foot, you'll be able to access the live map and navigate to various jump points instantly, whether you've spotted some action on the timetable at another part of the map or you've missed a train at your current platform, using fast travel will allow you to catch back up. Teleporting, yay! You won't be able to teleport just anywhere along the map. There are specific locations markers which can come up with major yards, sidings and stations, and in the preset locations can be found in the live map. I wish you could just type in the coordinates or pick it on the map and go right click, take me here, like you can in, I don't know, a couple of other Railroader games. This feature will work across compatible content where existing spawn points are already included, so get ready to jump into Transcend World 5 and get to the action as you find it. Combine this with new functions in photo mode, which we'll talk about shortly, and you'll be free to play how you want. Photo mode enhancements. Why did you say talk about it shortly when it's in the next paragraph? But anyway, that's fine. Coming with Transcend World 5 is a new update for photo mode, which will allow you to take even more breathtaking screenshots with new quality of life additions and filters that help you snap the perfect shot any time of day under any circumstance. Do we get the little puppy nose filter? First up, you get your magical abilities ready. With these improvements, you'll be able to control the time of day, month and year and alter the weather instantly, all within photo mode, which will allow you to make your shots just the way you want, leaving your current service completely untouched by the changes. That's cool actually, because if you've got a nice scene and the light's a bit crap because it's like 1 o'clock in the day, and we know that early afternoon's a bit crap in TOD 4, it's a bit too bright still, then you can... Ooh, did I just see heavy sleet? Heavy sleet, look at that, new weather. New weather. We haven't had heavy sleet before. But anyway, that's kind of cool. So this means you can have some more fun with photos. And you can make it snowy in California, where it nearly never is. There you go. That's what they're doing. If you ever hit pause too early whilst getting ready to capture the perfect screenshot, we've added an option just for you. With the updated photo mode, you'll be able to advance the train forward a few frames on the track to help you perfectly line up the screenshot just how you planned. Well, that's cool. That would be slow mode. Looks like you can adjust quite a lot of things. I do kind of like that. Excellent. Whilst we're speaking of aligning the best shot, the photo mode camera is now also unlocked from its set orbit around the train, so you can enter and explore with a no-clip style approach around the trains and even into the interiors to push your screenshot capabilities to the limit. Now that's good. That's really good. In addition, we've added new filtering options, including a sepia filter that will appear to age your photos so they seem older. A new motion blur settings, as well as graininess slider will allow to add some roughness to the screenshots you take, and together all of these tools will provide creative new ways to have endless fun and show off your trains and routes in Train Sim World 5. It's interesting why you'd have a sepia and a modern IC, because, you know, black and white, yes, I can understand that, but sepia, I don't think anybody shoots at sepia. Track shadow rendering draw distance, a surprise hiding in the shadow. Okay, I'll stop with the puns, but as teased in our roadmap yesterday, we've been able to improve the rendering draw distance system for shadows on the tracks. No longer see a harsh cut of shading following ahead of the train as you drive. So basically what they've done here is implemented a new shadow system that's drawing over the top of the shadowing from Unreal. So the Unreal shadowing's still there, and it's still only just out in front of you. You can actually see it if you put the mouse there, for example. You can still just barely see it. But this new mode is a lot more immersive and much further out in front. We know this has been a key request from the community to improve, and our teams have managed to add this without impacting your performance across our routes. This will be a feature for all Train Sim World 5 content, as well as standard. We've implemented across our range of Train Sim World 5 compatible routes, which includes Salzburg, Rosenheim, Deverke, Dresden, S-Bahn, Vorarlberg, Kassel-Wurzburg, Maintalbahn, Link Rheinstrecke, Bremen-Oldenburg, Niddeltalbahn, Semmeringbahn, LIRR Commuter, Antelope Valley, Cajon Pass, Boston Sprinter, East Coast Main Line, London Overground Suffragette Line, Southeastern High Speed, Glossop Line, and LGV Mediterranee. We know this is another big improvement, would like it for the others, and our teams will look at opportunities to bring this to more of a compatible collection in the future. Digital display screens. As we introduce more and more trains with interactive display screens into Train Sim World, we've wanted to implement a feature that will aim to improve the accessibility and using and viewing these screens to support a whole range of people who engage with our titles. You actually see this in the Expert 101, it does this. You'll be able to zoom a digital screen to fit your entire window without any motion shaking, where you'll be able to navigate this much more easily with D-pad controls to move around the screen without need for a joystick or finer inputs. So that's actually pretty cool, because that opens it up from an accessibility perspective to a lot of people. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Also make it easier for everybody else to play too. I like. This will be a standard feature across all content, and TSW will function across all our back catalogue of compatible content. We will always take opportunities to help improve our accessibility so that we can welcome everyone into our simulators. Please feel free to provide our teams with any feedback from news development into Playback Feedback Forum. Tutorials, Guides and Training Centre. You notice the new style. One of the first things you see when opening Train Sim World 5 is an updated UI across all our menus. This year we've also taken the opportunity to add new functions within our UI that support text, images and videos. Train operations. Within the menus you will find a train operations section which will support brand new tutorial guides. You can find to help learn directly available from the main menu or the pause menu mid-session for easy instant access. So that's cool. You can find out stuff that you need to know. That'll be handy. We've taken feedback from new players coming into Train Sim World and used this to help improve the tutorial flow and adjust our difficulty levels in training modules to provide better experience when starting out. BR 146.2 and Dostos in the Training Centre. Additionally, we've added the BR 146.2 and Dostos to the Training Centre for help all players when learning German locomotives, and everyone who joins us with the free starter pack will be able to enjoy these too. The training centre is based on an actual testing facility in Germany, so this makes a degree of sense. It's kind of handy having it there. I actually think the training centre provides enough playability for people who really do want to get started, so it'll be quite good. Now this is one that people have been waiting for ages, and I've got one over here, the Xbox. Within the release of Train Sim World 5, all Xbox consoles will now support improved audio compression to increase on the quality of sound effects across all content to address sound artifacting which were negatively impacting on players on the platform. We appreciate the community patience on this and hope you're able to enjoy the improved experience coming in September. Since I stream from the Xbox, I've actually managed to stretch the sounds a little bit using post-processing in my streaming software with some filters, so I don't really notice this at all because I always play it through the streaming software. But for everybody else, this is cool. Achievements. I'm going to touch briefly on achievements. We've heard player feedback and understand that repeating the same achievements you unlocked in the previous game is not fun. For this reason, Train Sim World 5 will start with a clean slate, introducing a brand new set of achievements that are only applicable to the new content. That has a downside, though. That means you need to run the old version if you're one of the people that's trying to finish all the achievements in the world. I personally couldn't give a crap, but, you know, I'm sure there are people that like to do that. New layer selector functionality. Bringing more quality of life to timetable mode directly from community suggestions, you can now find a layers button where you can select and deselect options based on applicable compatible content that works with the route. You'll see both add-ons you have installed and add-ons you aren't currently owned, so you can get a better view of what extra content is available. That's really good because it's always hard to figure out what should be there and what you need to install to make something work. It would be really cool if you could press this button and install the add-on and restart the game. That'd be handy. This should give you more control on what layers you want to see appearing on routes, which can be useful to disable any non-prototypical layers that you may not want to appear. Or for users on 8th generation consoles, get a new one. To help support performance by limiting the layers yourself. Japanese localization. Later in the year, we'll add to our list of supported languages for Japanese. Third-party partners. Athena Simulations welcoming a new partner. I'm delighted to welcome a new partner to the Train Sim World family as Athena Simulations unveil their first content for Train Simulator World 5. Isn't it Train Sim World 5? Just saying, you know, not this bit. The name may be new, but the team is composed of developers with a rich pedigree of TSW content. We've been working on a new gameplay pack, East Coast Mainline Diesel Rail Tours, bringing exciting new content both for the East Coast Mainline route and TSW5 as a whole. Highlights of the pack include a brand new Class 47 locomotive, modelling what is often regarded the most iconic member of the class, 47484, Isambard Kingdom Brunell, which I think is actually a rusting hulk now, sadly. I saw a video about it the other day. The locomotive features in its special edition livery was often used on numerous rail tours and hauled the Royal Train from its base at Old Oak Common Shed. Utilising the latest in modelling techniques in TSW5, the locomotive features custom 3D nameplates, 3D number plates, plus a highly detailed model. The team have even gone as far as to recreate the variations in each cab end after the real locomotive was rebuilt after accident damage. The pack also brings a range of Mark I coaches in BR Blue and Grey livery as much requested by the community. We are thrilled to announce the inclusion of 10 custom scenarios for East Coast Mainline, that's pretty good, with new features such as complex depot movements, the opportunity to run around your train, and coupling double-headed formations for very special rail tours between Doncaster and Peterborough. I like the idea of running around because I do it on my real railway all the time. There we go, we've got a bunch of Mark I coaches. Anybody who owned a Hornby train as a kid, there they are. We're grateful to welcome Athena Simulations to Train Sim World, and we can't wait to announce more details, their first release coming soon. Rivet, update on 5 Circle 11 branch. Rivet Games are busy adding the recently opened 11 branch to the 5 Circle route and are expecting to release in the early autumn. They're not quite ready to start sharing screenshots, but thought some readers might be interested in some of the research they've been covering. Originally, we use a wide range of reference material for making routes, including cab ride videos, track and signalling diagrams, along with photographs gathered on research trips. Due to the newness of the branch line, one of our normal references, Google Earth images, are not available. The images in Google are a few years old, when the railway was still disused. And so we had to improvise, fortunately able to arrange a flight in a light aircraft and a survey of the new route from 1200 feet. A couple of the reference images are shown below. Our flight track is shown in a map in blue. Now I have to say they're a bit silly because there's this really cool thing called Nearmap, and you can buy images that are updated every quarter. You didn't need to use a plane, you wallies. But anyway, that's fine. You don't know what you don't know, do you? Alrighty. Here's one of their aerial photos of a rather large looking chemically, or maybe a food processing facility perhaps. Could be. Certainly red. Skyhook Games and the ScotRail Class 158 Lemonmouth Rail Link livery. The team at Skyhook Games also working hard on further improvements to the ScotRail Class 158, and this month been able to grab a few in development screenshots for a new custom livery they're creating, the Lemonmouth Rail Link livery. So this is for the 11 branch. Naturally enough, it's quite a busy little livery. You're never going to miss it. Reminds me of Lego for some reason. There it is again. Looks quite cool. I think only one of the trains actually has this livery, so hopefully only one of them gets it, not all of them. This will also come with improvements to the 5-circle line route with new gameplay and new 5-circle timetable to take full advantage of the upcoming 11-branch expansion. It only gets about 6 trains a day, so it's not going to be that much. We look forward to sharing more with you soon on the developments for both 5-circle and the Class 158. More cargo line is on the way. As a final mention, Skyhook wanted to confirm that they are currently developing new cargo line volumes to continue the series. Cargo line Volume 3 Intermodal, new FCA twin spine wagon with new containers. Cargo line Volume 4 Military, new KWA well wagon with custom cargo. We look forward to sharing more details and screenshots of these in the future. An update from Alan Thompson Simulation. Reached out to Alan, who excited to tease more details for their first route in TSW, which is in the final stages of development. For those who are not aware of us, Alan Thompson Simulation, or ATS for short, is made up primarily of railway and sim enthusiasts and was set up in 2018 to bring together some of the finest individual train sim talents and create a new community hub for fans alike. See a shot there of a apartment building by the looks of it, or flats as the pommies might call it. Over the past 2 years, some of this core team, amongst the host of new members consisting of train drivers, guards, engineers and various others, have in our spare time learnt and trained to become game developers using the Unreal Engine editor. Since the turn of the year, ATS has worked extensively to develop its first train sim world route. Our 3D artists have now finished sculpting all the fantastic artwork this route has to offer, from the ultra slick and modern to the classical Victorian architecture to the various stations, bridges and signal box that have been carefully crafted for this route, offer an incredible amount of detail to ensure the most authenticity. Alongside this, our environment artists are putting the finishing touches into this urban metropolis, capturing every detail with a host of new assets to install the most in-depth and accurate route detail. Whilst ATS can't unveil the route at this moment in time, you'll see much more detail come in the coming weeks as we welcome to Train Sim World 5, and here's a sneak peek at early testing. You can guess where it is. If anybody knows, chuck it in the comments. Roadmap live stream, yep, that was this morning. You've missed it, but you can watch it again if you want to. I'll stick in a link. Full dovetail product over to you. I'm not doing it again. Yep, Train Sim World 5 and stuff. Okay, that's it for the roadmap, August 2024. That's all the details we know, folks. So, there you go. If there's any questions or comments, chuck them down below. I will do what I can to help you out. I must emphasize again, remember to pick up the starter pack. So if you are not buying regional, standard, deluxe or special editions, make sure you pick up the starter pack because it's a free upgrade from whatever version of Train Sim World you play. Your profile and content from Train Sim World 2 will come over, and your profile progress as well. It's free for 30 days from September the 17th to October the 17th. If you don't pick it up, it's your own damn fault. So pick it up, get on with it, upgrade your game, come into the final real world. Alrighty folks, see you later. Bye.
We played a game.